Hey, y'all, what's going on? It's me, Will, no special name, aka regular dude. Um, Look, man, I just want to say this. To all my white friends, and to white people in general, don't be upset with us for being upset. And let me finish before you get upset. Don't be mad at black people for being upset. We've had to deal with a lot in this country since we got here, and we're still going through some of the same things. Yes, we live in a better world today, in a better America today than we did, 20 years ago, and 40 years ago, and 100 years ago, and 200 years ago. It's way better than what it was, but it's not perfect, and it can be. When did we stop striving for perfection? People go all the time. One of my buddies, man, one of my good friends, Philip Driscoll. Shout out to Philip Driscoll. He's a Blue Line supporter. He's a cop supporter. We all should be cop supporters. We should all support the cops. The same token, other side of the coin, we should all be just as outraged and be vigilantly seeking to root out the bad seeds. And the cops should back us up on this. We should be, actively looking for those bad cops. I just read something today about somewhere in Alabama or Mississippi that was willingly and knowingly hiring members of the Ku Klux Klan and other supremacist and separatist groups, knowing that would have an impact on their judgment of fairness when dealing with certain members of the community that they were paid to serve and protect. That's disgusting. The fact that, that's not a bigger media story. The fact that that's just something I've read across a Facebook page. And it's not surprising, and there's a lot of, fake Facebook stuff out there and stuff like this. This was not a satirical website. I don't get me to lying. I can't quote the source off the top of my head, but I'll find it and repost it. But, stuff like that, black people shouldn't be the only ones pissed off about that. Black people, it affects us. It affects how we're policed and how we can be free in our own communities. White people, you should be mad because that's like, dude, they're treading on your name. Don't tread on me. What happened to that? They're treading on your name. Those of you good white people out there who stand up and are counted and there are a lot of good white people out there who don't do that either. A lot of good white people who just dismiss the shit. Like, well, let's stop talking about it and it'll go away. If you just stop talking about cancer and you have cancer, cancer's not going to go away because you stop talking about it. You have to actively seek out that cancer and cut it out. And that's what we need to do with these elements in our society. Applause to AT&T, who I read recently, deposed their CEO or CFO for racist text messages that he was sharing intracorporately. Kudos. Everyone should be doing that. A lot of people got on the CEO of Starbucks for trying to generate conversation about it. I applauded that man. He made an effort. He did something. He wasn't just willing to just sit by and watch it to continue to happen. He wanted to just strike up the conversation that we in this country need to have. We need to have a town hall meeting on race. And because this is ridiculous, man. It's 2015. And you got people who are running in churches, shooting up churches of black people, talking about black people are raping their women and taking all the jobs and we have to go. It's like, dude, we didn't ask to be here in the first place. But this is also the only home we've ever known. I'm just as American as you. I was born in Albany, New York, in St. Peter's Hospital, the gates of heaven, October 20th, 1986. I'm as American as they come. I wear a fucking American, excuse my language, an American flag ring on my finger so people don't get it confused. Yes, I am a black man and I'm proud of it. And this country has done a lot of shit to my people throughout the course of history. But that doesn't excuse anything that's going on in any community right now. Black, white, Asian, Puerto whatever. Don't get me started on what's going on in the Dominican Republic because I can go on for that about that for days. That's disgusting. And the fact that there's not more media coverage of it pisses me off. And this is not a blunt. I do not smoke marijuana. This is just a cigar. So I don't smoke marijuana at all. Not about that life. Sorry. Didn't mean to disappoint you. I'm already nutty enough as it is. So, but like I really want us to have a discussion about this, man. Like we all need to think, and not just about who to point the finger at, but like what? Like, okay, black people, let's be real. We won't sit here and get mad at white people all the time about everything that one white person does. Okay? You can't get mad at all white people for what one white person does. Because we get mad at people when they lump us all in the group. I'm a black man, but I ain't got nothing to do with, the shooting, killing, and drug dealing going on in our community. Okay, Ronald Reagan, maybe he had something to do with crack in the 80s. But you're still selling it. If you're so self-righteous and so upset about the, degradation of black culture in America, then stop buying Young Thug albums. Start listening to more quality appropriate music. Start carrying yourself more appropriately. That doesn't mean you have to be, stuck up and square. Don't nobody gotta be square. Ain't nobody telling you to be square. You can have swag and still be respectable and be respectful. Look at Barack Obama. Come on, man. And black folk, we gotta start. Phil said something, and he was right. Phil was like, people gotta stop using shit that happened 200 years ago as a crutch. Yeah, that shit happened 200 years ago. Now, granted, we're still living in the effects of a lot of that shit today, because we cleaned it up kind of sloppily, and so now we're having to go back in and clean up the shit that we didn't clean up right the first time. Which is kind of where we're at right now, like with the, moving the jobs out of Baltimore and the systemic racism built into the police department and stuff like that. But, it is a lot better than what it used to be. Also, my condolences and prayers go out to the families of those in Charleston from Mother Emanuel, AME. I pray for you guys tonight and every night from now on. I hope you all find peace and comfort in the Lord. It's tragedy. It's tragic. 9 lives snuffed out because the ideals and misconceptions that were born out of a radicalized form of a wing of our culture as Americans. We did this. We're all responsible for this young idiot, this young fool, whose act of domestic terrorism has once again united and divided us. We all need to take a look at ourselves and each other. Now, I didn't get on the white people as much in this video because everybody else is doing it. I'm gonna get on the black folk. Yeah. How many young black men were killed in Chicago today, or in the past 3 months, or in America by other black men? It's not all the police, man. They have a right to be scared of some of us. Not all of us, but some of us. Some of y'all don't know how to act. And there's going to come a time where it's going to be a war in this country. And it's not going to be black versus white. It's going to be black people versus niggas. Because as a black man, I am tired of niggas, man. Walk around your pants down. Don't want to work. Yeah, I said it. Some of you motherfuckers are lazy. You don't want to work. What's up? I went through just as much as any of y'all, man. I have no silver spoon. I wasn't born rich. I'm not rich today. But I get up every day and I put my pants on one leg at a time and I get my behind up and I go to work. That's what a man does. Y'all gotta get y'all stuff together, man. We gotta start today. I counseled a young brother who came into my store today, wanted to buy a piece of jewelry to try to save his marriage. I ended up counseling this man because I felt so bad for this young black man who was trying to save his marriage but didn't know how. And the root of that was that we as black men don't take care of our mental health. Why is it that we stigmatize our mental health as black men? Oh, I can suck it up. Oh, I have to suck it up. I'm a man. I'm a black man. I'm supposed to just internalize it and choke it down. And no, man, you're supposed to get it out, because when you don't, stuff happens and you end up in jail or someone ends up dead, and you gotta talk to somebody, man. You're not alone. We are not alone. We're always looking up into the sky asking, are we alone in the universe? No, because we have each other. All of us. Black people, white people, Asian people, Puerto Rican people, Aborigines, Africans, Europeans, type 1A haplogroup, 1B, everybody. We have everyone else. We are all here together. So instead of looking for aliens, let's start looking for each other. My name is William, and this has been The Message.